let's dig into FOMO. Take me through the 3-4 minute journey from starting to sale.
Yeah, sure. So FOMO is a social proof marketing app. We plug into Shopify and I think literally over 100 other platforms. And we sold it a few months ago. So that's the end, right? To Tarantino this, we built it over 6 years and we sold it and it changed my life. And this room, this house, everything in my life now is a manifestation of how lucky we got, I'd say, on FOMO. And you can check it out, FOMO.com. The company's still running and growing today. Fast forward or rewind 6 years. The start of FOMO was I had been working in tech now for a few years. I had been learning marketing, learning a little bit of coding, customer support, a little bit of sales. I could go do meetings with someone over coffee. I could talk to anybody and feel comfortable. I had done a little teaching. I basically practiced all of the tactical skills that you think of when you think of a job in tech, and to simplify it all, you can either write the code or sell the code. There's two jobs. And if you magnify them, you say, well, selling the code, you could do inbound or outbound. You could do sales or low touch conversion. You could do advertisements or you can do booking demo call, right? And so I'm practicing, you could say, all of these skills in tech by working for other people, both as a freelancer and as a full-time employee. And so the FOMO opportunity, I was working in venture capital and I was looking for companies we can invest in. And I was literally just clicking around the internet. I still don't know how venture capitalists find companies to invest in. You just click around on the internet. And that's why a lot of their jobs are sort of a joke. And you can lose 90% of the time and still be, invited to speak at conferences. So I'm working at that kind of company. Everybody's wearing a vest, but I'm wearing shorts. I'm out in San Francisco and I find this company and I reach out and ask if he wants to get some investment and then I could intro him to my bosses. But he says, actually, I'm looking to sell. So 30 days later, that ended up being the first company I acquired. And the story of how we did that, why, was like really serendipitous. When he said he's looking to sell, I actually said, oh, never mind, have a good day. But then in passing, I told a buddy of mine that week at dinner, how's work? Oh, trying to find a company to invest in, but this guy wants to sell. Oh well. And my buddy said, what if we just bought it? And then that kind of spiraled into like meeting the guy. He happened to live in San Francisco at the time, which was amazing. Small world, right? And then we meet, we go to dinner, we buy the app, and then that changed my life. That turned into FOMO. We rebuilt it. And I was able to, throughout the 6 years of FOMO, really 4 as CEO. In the last 2, I didn't have a job there. I stepped down and that's when I lived in Korea. Throughout the 4 years at FOMO, I was able to really learn, marketing, like put all the things I thought I knew to the test. I was able to really learn development because now I'm suddenly building something that thousands of people are using every day. I was able to really learn leadership and management because now I'm managing 5, 8, 10 people. And that's not a big team by any means, but it's more than 0 people, right? It's 10 times more than 0. And so I was able to, again, learn on the job and we're able to just slowly but surely grow the company. And I think when we hit around $35,000 a month, that's when I left my full-time job. So I still worked full-time, like on one hand, I'm a big risk taker, according to other people, people say, oh, you're crazy, you blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I was working a full-time, well-paid job until we were at $35,000 a month in recurring subscription revenue before I left. And even then, I didn't really quit. I kind of got let go, which isn't something I talk about. It's like the only time I've ever been let go. But I usually just say I left because it turned out a few months later that the whole company was like a fraud and had been stealing investor money. So I don't really think it matters whether I quit or was fired because the whole thing was fake. But that's sort of the FOMO story in a nutshell.
That's awesome.